okay, we're having a heart-to-heart, okay? I, growing up, had a lot of problems, and I think I've talked about this before. Had a lot of problems growing up, and one of my many problems was forming genuine friendships with people, because basically what happened was when I was young, I lived with my mom. And my mom was a single mom taking care of me and my brother. And my brother and I, funny enough, actually went to the same school. And there, at that school, I made plenty of friends. I had lots of friends. I was an outgoing person. Nobody judged me. And like everybody in my class just got along with me really well. It was very innocent, like, you know, like when kids just all kind of like hang out with each other and like everything's good and there's like no drama. It's just like it's like 90s kids vibes where like people are just hanging out and having a good time, right? Like kids are just hanging out and having a good time. Anyways, so I had that, right? Well, things didn't work out with my mom, and so I had to go and live with my father. And obviously that means a school change. And so I switched schools when I was like in first grade. So in the middle of my first grade year, I switched schools and I didn't have any friends. And I had a really hard time making friends. And the friends that I thought I did have, well, they were very mean. So like basically I made friends with this one girl, and her and I started getting really close. And this other girl was like, "You're stealing my best friend." I'm sure you guys have heard of this before. This is like kind of a common thing. If there's any females in chat, you probably also experienced this at some point. Yeah, it's pretty classic. And so I was accused of stealing her best friend when that wasn't the case. I just literally had no friends, and I got along with this person really well. And so she accused me of stealing her best friend. And so I'm like, why can't we all be friends? Like, what? I'm not stealing your best friend. Why can't we all be friends? Well, she didn't like that either. So throughout elementary school, basically, I was bullied by this person. And even the friend that I had made and started becoming friends with also partook in the bullying. And they would accuse me of doing really shitty things on the playground and being the bully when literally all they did was bully me. And so I literally, throughout my elementary, was accused for a lot of things that I didn't do. And so they had to put us in like a special like counseling thing so that the counselor would talk to us like once a week and like whatnot, right? I think this girl was just so mad at me for existing, and I don't know why. I'm just a fucking girl that moved like hours away from where I previously lived, and this girl wanted nothing but to cause issue. And so that would happen, right? And so I started to find my own friend group later. Like I would say in about 4th to 5th grade, I started finding my own friend group and having my own friends that weren't bullying me. And it was great until my best friend that I made in 4th grade moved away in 6th grade. And so once again, I was without friends, and it sucked really bad. And then I tried making friends again, and the same thing that happened to me in 1st grade happened to me again early high school. And this girl just fucking bullied the shit out of me. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to live my best life. And so basically, this girl that bullied me again in high school was also mutual friends with a lot of people that I also considered my friends. And they would constantly not invite me to do anything. They would constantly not invite me to do anything with them. They would purposely try to leave me out because they hoped that the more they left me out of these events, the more that I would leave them alone instead of just telling me that they didn't want to be friends with me. And so they would constantly do that. And so basically what ended up happening is while I was dealing with that in school, obviously I was a gamer and I liked anime, and so I started making friends with a few guys who were very nice to me and not weird and not creepy. And so I just, you know, started to find out, I'm like, okay, well, the boys aren't gonna be assholes to me, so I guess I'll go hang out with the boys. And so I had quite a few guy friends, until once again, my junior year, I had to move. And so I lost my friends once again, and had to make new friends. And it was a lot easier because, you know, it was junior year and everybody was pretty much just done with school at that point, you know, and so it was a lot easier making friends. And I also moved to a small town, and so people were just a lot more nicer there. And so I made a group of friends with the stoners, and we would play hacky sack at lunch and go to McDonald's. And I would go over to my friend Lena's house. She was a girl, obviously, and so I finally had a friend that was a girl, and I was like, yay, I have a friend that's a girl. But then I also had guy friends, and we had a mixed group of guys and girls, and it was kind of nice. It was very nice. But anyways, after I graduated, because I didn't really get to establish friendship with them, I think for like the many years of like elementary, middle, and high school, I only got to really make friends with them junior and senior year. We never talked really again after we graduated. And you know, there's multiple occasions where I had to make friends with girls as an adult, or at least attempted to, and again, it was a fucking nightmare. Up until I would say I started VTubing, and then I met some really, really nice girls. You know, not to say that we didn't have issues. We had issues, but it definitely wasn't anything. It wasn't anything like what I experienced growing up. And so now girls are really complicated. They really are. I love women, but women are very complicated. A very complicated species. And I'm a very emotional person too. And so but anyways, my point of bringing all this up is I am so thankful for the friends that I have now. And honestly, as much as people want to cringe about it, VTubing is literally what made it possible for me to make friends at this day and age. And I have so many fucking cool VTuber friends, and I love my wives, and I love that they accept me and don't give me any problems, and I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. Everybody is so amazing. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. Yay. Anyway, my bad. Sorry for getting emotional, but I'm really thankful anyways. I'm really thankful for all my friends. Thank you guys for being so supportive of me. Because I've never had that before. So, thank you.